the temple as well as who are online on this our session for study of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. We are studying the Shrimad Bhagwat Gita so that we can be happy in our life. How we can be happy in our life? That is what is the purpose and teaching of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. And we will go further on our second chapter, which is Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyo Adhyaya. Second chapter. And here we are on an extremely important topic today. It is a very important topic, and even if we do not read the whole Gita, but we understand only this topic, it will not take more than 45 minutes in our life to understand the whole concept of life in this one shloka. This is one of the best shloka I love, and this is so practically applicable shloka. So we are going to talk about even the practical application and how we are going to use this philosophy, applied philosophy. So we will go ahead today on 16 December 2023. I will chant the sloka first. It is on the second chapter, 65th sloka. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishthate. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate. Last time we saw a little about prasad, and we discussed some of the points. Like the general concept of prasad is like we get banana, we get shira, we get an apple from from the feet of the god. That is our general concept. What is prasad? Prasad means some kind of a food arrangement, or it may be little extended further, that we may say that a prasad is Mataji's chundri, or a akshat, or a tika on the forehead, the ashes. That may be considered also as a prasad. That is a kind of a limited understanding of prasad in our mind. And we went further on that what is prasad, and so we went step by step. Last time I will just recap quickly on that, is that what is prasad? So prasad is supposed to be prepared first. Unless we prepare a prasad and unless we prepare the food and offer it to the god, it doesn't become prasad. In other words, the prasad is telling us to be a karmanyata, the activeness, the action in the life. Prasad is teaching us to do the actions and be continuously active in our life. We have to prepare a prasad to get the prasad. So we have to prepare a food to get the prasad from the god. It is a food, but when we offer it to the god, then it becomes a prasad. So number one complete misunderstanding about about the word prasad, which we discussed last time also, is that if I eat prasad, everything is going to be well. That is the general psychology. If I have got lot of problem, I will go to the temple and I will eat a banana and everything will be resolved. And because this shloka is also telling prasade sarva dukkhanam, prasad, because of the prasad sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate. All the misery in the life will be gone with just eating a prasad. So what we do, that instead of understanding the part of the prasad, we become an inactive person. This is the number one misunderstanding. Prasad is teaching us to be completely active person in our life. Prasad teaches us to work hard in our life, not to just sit in front of the god by folding our hands and then asking for the mercy. It is not wrong, but it is incomplete. We must ask for the mercy from the god. Definitely, she is our mother. Amba Mata is our mother, and she will get us mercy. No doubt about it. But about the prasad, prasad is teaching us, number one is remaining active in our life. Completely active. Second thing is purity in our life. Prasad, we don't put some wrong or old food as a prasad. We put a fresh food, freshly cooked, generally at home, not from outside. Why? Because it is indicating that in our life also we should be active and our karma should be pure. Then only we can offer it to the god. So prasad is teaching, second thing is that it should be very clean. And all these details we last time saw already. It should be in clean utensils, and what must be offered. What you eat, you offer. That is why we see different type of prasad for the same God. For the same Vishnu, the prasad in Bengal, in the state of Bengal in India, is different than in Punjab, then Gujarat, then South, then Southern India, Madras. Why? Because whatever we eat, whatever we like, we give. The choice of doing our karma is in our hand. That is what prasad is teaching us. If you do good things, you will get a good prasad. If you do a good karma, you will get a good fruit. That is exactly what prasad is teaching us. Now here it is told, prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate. Why did God told that with the prasad, all your miseries will be gone? And we talked about that also last time, the various parts of, the psychological part, the personal part, and the social part of the prasad. And we talked in various examples. But today we will go further on it as, with an example of in real life. See what happens that in our whole, all our Sanatan, literature, all our Sanatan Dharma Grantha, what is happening is that it is made milder as we want to deliver it to the related audience. So, the highest level of knowledge is with the Vedas. Veda and Upanishad is containing the excellent and perfect, true, neat knowledge. But to grasp that knowledge is sometimes difficult for the people, because what happens is that it is our education is not to understand those things. So there are other levels which are coming. Shruti, Smruti, Puran, all those are levels which are coming down to explain the same thing in a more simpler way. To explain the thing in a more simpler way. And that is why the Purans are made. So about prasad, we will take a reference of one of the Puran today. To understand the concept of prasad, we will take the reference of a Puran today. And which other katha or Puran is not equivalent to the value of prasad in Satyanarayan Katha? We are all doing Satyanarayan Katha. We all know the story of Satyanarayan. There is a excellent and very heavy pressure given on the acceptance of prasad. And in two cases, in the chapter 4th and 5th, we have got the impact of not accepting prasad. We all know the story of Lilavati and Kalavati Kanya. When the Sadhu Banya is coming from outside after the Chandraketu's prison, and after the Dandi Swami's shrap for making all the wealth into a bush and leaves, he is coming home, and he's sending a message that, oh, I am coming home. So at that time, Lilavati and Kalavati are doing the puja of Satyanarayan. And Lilavati says her daughter Kalavati that after you finish the puja, you come to see your father and your husband, because the son-in-law is also coming with the Sadhu Banya. And Kalavati Kanya, because of the hurry, she is forgetting to take the prasad and goes over there, and she doesn't see the husband, and she is very unhappy and all this. We know the story very well. No need to repeat the story, but just to recap where exactly. And then it is told that if the Kalavati Kanya घर जाकर प्रसाद खा के वापस आएगी तो उसका पति मिल जाएगा. And then Kalavati Kanya goes, the daughter goes to the who goes to home back, eats the prasad. Yeah, prasad, Satyanarayan prasad, what it will be? Shira, banana, it will be that, right? And then when she comes back, she is finding her husband. Wow, what a chamatkar. Yes, there can be chamatkar. I am not joking on it. I am trying to understand it in a more better way. What is a prasad? Imagine that I have got an exam and I am not reading and I am only eating the bananas and prasad from the God. Will I pass? I will not pass. So what does this Puran wants to tell us? We have to understand it. Another example is about Tungadhwaj king, the king named Tungadhwaj. He is going from a forest after killing some animals. He is going to a village, and in the village there are shepherds who are offering him prasad, and he is not eating it. So when he goes back to his kingdom, he is finding all his 100 sons are died and everything is vanished and all that. And then he thinks that, oh, because I denied the prasad from the shepherd, that is why it is happening. So I will go and do the puja and eat the prasad. Then he eats the prasad, he comes back, and he has got all his things back. What an emphasis on prasad in these two episodes of Satyanarayana Katha. Now let us try to understand it at more intellectually level to that. I have namaskar to all the bhavana. I am not joking, again, a disclaimer, I am not joking on it. But if we think that we are intellectual, if we think that our dharma has got some real meaning to say to us, then we must understand this in a very correct way. Why did Kalavati didn't see her husband when she didn't eat prasad? Prasad means when we prepare something, when we do our karma, we offer to the God. And whatever is coming back from that, whatever is returned by the God is to be accepted. The acceptance of the justice, the natural justice. Acceptance of a system which is run by the God. When we accept it, that is prasad. That is why prasad grahan karna. In Hindi, the word is grahan. Today I may be using so many words of Hindi because there are no equivalent English words. Prasad grahan karna hota hai. Prasad khana nahi hota hai. Grahan means you have to accept it. A prasad must be accepted. Think of the Kalavati Kanya. Let us take that example. How did she got married? Because the Sadhu Banya told one of his munim to go to another city, Kanchan Nagar, and then from the city, this Banya's munim, in other words, is chief accountant, the chief executive, maybe. So a chief accountant or a chief executive is going and finding a boy. And now when he brings the boy back home to Sadhu Banya says, yeah, he is a good guy. Let us get my daughter married with her. The daughter had no opportunity. This will be very well understood by today's young generation. I can say that. The daughter have no opportunity to select the boy, to talk to the boy, to see the choices. She just got married. Now somebody will say that, oh, at that time it was like that. But the girls were saying at that time also the girls wanted to know who is my husband going to be. Yeah, Sita saw Ram in a garden. Subhadra saw Arjuna in a place. So girls always want to see who is going to be my life partner. In the Satyanarayana Katha, Kalavati Kanya didn't get that opportunity. So, in other words, she didn't accept the person in her mind as a husband. He is an husband, no doubt about it. Maybe he is a good guy, but acceptance of a person. Bhagwan ne jo diya hai, wo mera pati hai. This acceptance will never come because she didn't get the opportunity. So, whenever that person is in front of her, even though he is there, she will not see a husband in him. Seeing a husband, सामने वाले व्यक्ति में पति को देखना, is only after accepting the person as a husband. Unless she accepts that, she will not see the husband. That is why when it is symbolic that when she didn't take the prasad, in other words, she didn't accept the person as a husband, she will not see her husband. And adrashya ho gaya. And then when she eats prasad, it comes back. It looks like a surprise, it looks like a chamatkar, but it is a true, real psychology of a person. That is why Kalavati Kanya didn't see the husband. And after eating prasad, after understanding the life, the karma phal, then she is seeing the husband. That is the meaning of prasad here. Acceptance, universal truth, universal justice. Karma ka phal. If we understand this, then she will understand get the prasad. Same way for the king. For the king who Tungadhwaj. Unless he has accepted what he has, whatever the son, kids, the kingdom, the wealth. Unless we accept what I have, I will not be having that thing. That is what is a prasad. जो कुछ भी भगवान ने दिया है और मिला है, उसको एक्सेप्ट करना, उसके पीछे कर्म जरूर से करना है. Prasad has to be prepared and then to be offered. So it is definitely telling us to do the karma, but whatever we get in return is to be accepted as a prasad. That is what is the meaning of prasad. If we accept that, what will happen? Then the sorrow in our mind for the comparative return and the effort will be gone. We will not be unhappy in our life. When we are not unhappy in our life, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate. Yeah, all the misery, all the unhappiness, all the sadness is gone. Why? Because you have taken the life as a prasad. That is what the God wants to say here as a prasad. Prasad doesn't mean only the food which we eat in our bowl. Prasad is not that. Prasad is something very big in it. Prasad has got a psychology. Prasad has got so many. It has got a social thing. The same prasad is distributed to everyone, the rich and the poor. Everyone gets the same prasad. Is it not surprising? Prasad is given to everyone equally. Why? Because in the eyes of the God, your karmas are equal. Are you rich or poor, or you are celebrity, or you are the beautiful person or an ugly person, you are short or tall, you are intelligent or you are not that intelligent? Everything is equal. The God is going to have the universal justice of giving you the return equally. That is what prasad is telling. So faith in the universal justice is the representation by prasad. Let us take one more story on the prasad side. What happened that there was a Seth, there was a rich man, and he was having so much wealth and everything. He was very wealthy person. He had a son and daughter-in-law and everything in a good nice family. But the problem was that this Seth, this guy, was very miser. He will not spend a single cent from all his money, from all his wealth. Very miser person. Kanjus, makki chus. That is what he was. So everybody in the family were very much upset that we have got so much of wealth. Even if it is required, it is necessary, still this person is not using the money for the purpose. बहुत कंजूस सेठ था. One day, one sadhu come to the place of this Seth, and his sadhu is coming and he's telling, oh, you know what, I want to stay for a night or something like that, and please let me sleep. So one thing was that the Seth was knowing that his daughter-in-law is a very intelligent girl. One thing he was convinced with. So he asked the daughter-in-law that whether we should allow. He says, yeah, he's just going to stay outside over there and sleep on the floor. It's not going to hurt us, no expenses. So let him leave over there for overnight stay. And then the sadhu stayed overnight. Next day morning, the sadhu came to the Seth and he told, I am very happy you gave me the shelter for the night, so I want to give you a boon. हाँ, मैं तुमको एक वरदान देना चाहता हूँ. I want to give you a boon, whatever you want. Now the Seth was very intelligent, so Seth thought that, the Seth was knowing that his daughter-in-law is very intelligent, so he thought that let my daughter-in-law ask what we need, because she will ask for the best for our family and everyone. He told them. So what happened? The daughter-in-law asked, I will say in Hindi also because it's little difficult in English, but the daughter-in-law asked that my father-in-law, that means the Seth, should become the owner of his wealth. मेरे जो ससुर हैं वो अपनी मिल्कत के मालिक हो जाएं. He should become owner of his wealth. Now Seth was surprised because he thought that I am already the owner of my wealth. Why we have to ask and why we have to get this kind of a boon? But because he believed in the intelligence of the daughter-in-law, he asked, okay, we want that way. I want to be owner of my wealth. And the sadhu said, okay, tathastu, sadhu went off. And everybody in the family were surprised. Why did the daughter-in-law ask for this? But after some time, people saw a change in the behavior of the Seth. He was no more a kanjus. He was no more a miser. He started using the wealth for various purposes. He started using it for good purposes wherever it is required. He started using the wealth. And people were surprised, how come these sudden changes happen in the Seth? So they asked the daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law said that till then, when the boon was given by the sadhu, our father-in-law was a custodian. वो चौकीदार थे, अपनी तिजोरी के चौकीदार थे. A चौकीदार, a custodian, a security guy will protect the wealth, but he will not consume the wealth. When he is the owner of the wealth, he starts consuming the wealth. That is the meaning of being an owner and being a custodian. Why we have talked about this story here? Because when we take the prasad, we become owner of our fruits of our karma. हमारे कर्मों के फल की जिम्मेदारी हम लेते हैं. Whatever God has given the universal justice, we have taken the responsibility of that. And we accept it. Socially, if we think, this makes a responsible society in the life, in the world. मेरे कर्मों की जवाबदारी मेरी है. This is the acceptance of prasad. There is no pardon. What we do, generally what we say, बहुत सारे पाप किए, we do lots of sin, then we go to the God and we offer prasad and we say that, okay, now I am relieved, I am pardoned. But prasad doesn't say that. Prasad clearly says that whatever your karma is, you are going to get the fruit of it. And you have to accept it. That is what prasad is telling us. When we take the prasad that way, we will be responsible for our actions. That is why prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upajayate. Sometimes the dukkhas are created by other people also to us, isn't it? I am driving in a good way, but somebody banged my car from the back. Dukkha, not created by me, not my bad karma, but still I am in a dukkha. So, here, sarva dukkhanam means in the society also a harmony will come, because people will be responsible for their actions. They will not do something wrong because they know that these karmas are going to come back to me in a form of a prasad. That is why prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upajayate. That is why in prasad, we are telling that you accept the prasad and all your dukkha will be gone. This is the reason. Also, coming back to one of the point in prasad, because Satyanarayana Katha is the best for prasad. It is explaining the best way about the topic of prasad. One word of prasad can make our life completely change. So the other part is that it is old. Chadat prasad savaya kadali phal meva dup deep tulsi se raji satya deva. Savaya, 1.25 time, 1.25%, 125%. Our effort in our prasad. See, Satyanarayana Katha is told, sab kuch savaya lena. Take everything 1.25. Means what? You do your effort more than your capacity. For offering to the God, for doing your karma, you use your capacities, savaya, 125%. Then only you can offer it to God. That is why in Satyanarayana Katha, sawa guna lena ha. Shira ke liye wo aata sawa guna lo, sugar sawa guna lo. Everything sawa guna lo, 125%. Take the portion 125%. That is why in Prasad of Satyanarayana Katha, it is told 125%. Satya karmanyata. Basically, Satyanarayana Katha is telling us to be active, action oriented. Durdam kartutva. I do not know equivalent English in this of these Hindi words and Sanskrit words. Durdam kartutva. Extreme active action. 125% of your efficiency. Means complete drain, complete surrender. That is where the word surrender has come. It will come in the further in Gita also. You give all of yours, 125%. In other words, whatever is left over is, you do not think left over. Give complete and beyond that. That is what becomes a prasad. That is why in Satyanarayana Katha there is a 125%. It is told. When you offer, when you prepare a shira, when you use the sugar, when you use ghee, sawa guna le lo. That is what the prasad is telling. And if we remember this, we practice this because we are human, we are normal people, we are mango people. Aam aadmi log hain hum. So we forget it. That is why every day it is told that you do the puja and you put the prasad in front of God at home. When we pray at the home temple, every home must have a temple. And in that temple, you put a prasad, anything, smallest. It may be banana, it may be a small apple, or anything for that matter. Just a small bowl of milk is enough. But it will remind us. The point is not what is the food type, it will remind us. It will remind us that every day, whatever I am doing, karma, I am responsible for it. And then, whatever comes back from the God as a universal justice, I will accept it. This reminder every day comes in the mind when we start the day. This slowly changes us. Slowly it starts making change in our attitude and outlook to the life. And a person who is doing the work like that, imagine, he is doing 125% of efficiency for all his karma and he is keeping it in a good way. Will he not be happy in life? He will be definitely happy. He will achieve everything whatever he needs. That is why Parasade Sarva Dukkhana Mahanirasya Upajai. That is the meaning of this sloka. If we understand even this one sloka, Prasade Sarva Dukkhana Mahanirasya Upajayate, our life will be excellent. Our life will be happy forever. We will not have any problem. We will not have any misery. That is why Prasade Sarva Dukkhanam Hanirasya Upajayate. This is such an important sloka. That is why it is told here. प्रसाद के होने पर संपूर्ण दुखों का अंत हो जाता है और प्रसन्न चित्त पुरुष की बुद्धि शीघ्र ही स्थिर हो जाती है. प्रसन्न चित्त. Why? Because he doesn't have any sadness, any hopelessness. Now he has understood the life, and that is what he has taken as a prasad. That is what we say as a prasad. Now, you know what? There are some other misconceptions also. We have to understand it. That what is happening is that in prasad, whatever we like, we offer it to the God. So some people have misused it. Some people offer toxic liquids. Some people offer human or animal sacrifice. They completely misunderstood the concept of prasad here, what we discussed in last 30 minutes. And so, all this has come. They offer liquor. They offer drugs. So this is to be understood. Prasad, if we understand the prasad correctly, all this problem of animal or human sacrifices and offering liquor and other wrong things to the God will be gone. So this one misconception, we have to talk about it, the killing and sacrifices. And whatever offering we are doing is not necessarily only food. We can offer our vices. हमारे दुर्गुण हम भगवान को दे सकते हैं ताकि हमको उसको प्रसाद में वो क्लीन होके मिले. So a prasad may not be, or a prasad need not be only the food. A prasad can be our vices. हाँ, Mahishasur Mardini. Our Mataji's one of the name is Mahishasur Mardini. Mahish matlab pado, the male buffalo. The idleness, the non-creativity in our life will be killed. That is how it is Mahishasur Mardini. So prasad is also in form of our vices. It's not only a physical food or any material component. It may not be. This is to be understood in case of prasad. So if we understand this, the prasad will make our life completely happy and all our problems will be gone. Now we will go a little deeper here. Why we will go a little deeper? Because for those people who really think, imagine, God has told this shloka in 2nd chapter, in Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya people do not believe in Murti Puja. They do not go with the idol worship. They believe in Creator, but there is nothing written here. Bhagwan ki murti ke samne prasad rakho. A Sankhya which doesn't believe in idol worship area, but the shloka has come in Sankhya Yoga. It is something like the science teacher is teaching us about drawing. It is not related to the chapter, and still this shloka has come in Sankhya Yoga. The typical prasad. In our mind, the prasad means what? There is a murti, we offer the food to it, and then we get the prasad. But this whole shloka has come in Sankhya where there is no murti. Something interesting to think about. That means prasad is not necessarily, we may not go more deeper into it. It may be becoming very dry or sometimes not understandable to many people. But think about it. If the Sankhya Yoga is not believing in the Murti Puja, then why the prasad word has come in Sankhya Yoga? We have connected prasad with Murti, whereas Sankhya doesn't believe in Murti. Why did God brought this word prasad in Sankhya Yoga? That means God wanted us to understand what is the real meaning of prasad and not only merely the material meaning of the prasad. There is a lot in it. There can be more discussion can be done for social impact, psychological impact, personal impact, economical impact. Yeah, so socially, economically also. Equal distribution of resources. If somebody is giving something, it becomes a superiority complex. If somebody is taking something, it becomes an inferiority complex. In such case, when it is through the temple as a prasad, the superiority complex and inferiority complex issues are gone. That is why there is prasad. That is why it is. So we'll go further on this. On 66th shloka, I will chant the shloka and we'll go further to understand what the God wants to say further. 66th shloka. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavatah shantir ashantasya kuto sukham. Ashantasya kuto sukham. Nasti buddhir yuktasya. This is very, very important word. Yukta. Yukta means joined. One who is not joined by the intellect. Nasti. One who is not yukta. One who is not joined the intellect. Nacha. And. Cha means and. Nacha. And not yuktasya bhavana. And not connected through the bhavana, through the feeling, through the emotion. Yeah. An undisciplined person who has not got controlled mind and senses because he is not connected, he is not joined to that, can neither have a resolute intellect nor a steady contemplation on the God. And that is why one who is never having this is undisturbed. Whenever unites is the mind with the God and there is no peace. And when there is no peace, there is no happiness. In Hindi, a ayukta purush, ayukta means who is not connected. One who is not connected means he is uncontrolled. Anything which is connected is controlled. Anything which is not connected is uncontrolled. So a uncontrolled, संयम रहित, अयुक्त पुरुष को आत्मज्ञान नहीं होता. And his intellect और उसकी बुद्धि और भावना दोनों में ये क्षमता नहीं होती कि वो शांति प्राप्त कर सके, और अशांत हो जाने से वो कैसे सुख को प्राप्त कर सकता है. This is the meaning of this shloka. Ashantasya kuto sukham. This is also a very no important verse. We generally say Ashantasya kuto sukham. Yeah. When our mind is disturbed, how we can enjoy the life and be happy in our life? We cannot. So there are 3 points are identified over here. One is connecting the intellect and emotions with something is absolutely necessary. That is the first step here. It is necessary to connect our intellect and our emotions. हमारी बुद्धि और हमारी भावना को कहीं युक्त करना पड़ेगा, यूनाइट करना पड़ेगा, कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. We have to connect. That is number one. And if it is not connected, it will not be steady, and so there will not be peace in our life. And when there is no peace in our life, we cannot enjoy our life, whatever resources we provide. Let us take an example of a story. What happened that, I have given this story many times. It's a very small one. So, if there is a big Seth, if there is a Seth there was a Seth who was in a village, a very rich man in a village. He goes out and he does job, and he earns a lot of money. He has got a big house and everything. Now suppose this is old time, so there are dacoits. There are people who come and loot you. But dacoits generally give an information before. They are not thieves. There are 4 types of thieves. So one of that is dacoit. The dacoits say that I am going to come and loot you on this specific day with my power. That is what the dacoit is. So one day a dacoit sticks a note on his main door. Tonight at 10 o'clock or tonight at 12 o'clock I am going to come and I am going to loot you, the whole house. The Seth comes at 7 o'clock in the evening. He comes, a rich man, and he is reading the note. Oh my God, this is old time. So this example is a little old time. No police, no military or like that. It is people have to defend themselves. So now he is worried. He is worried that, oh, this guy is going to come and he is going to loot me. Now he has worked for the whole day and he is tired. He has worked for the whole day and he is tired. He is feeling sleepy. He goes to the bed and he tries to sleep, but he cannot. It is a very, very expensive bed. There is a very nice, good, highest quality mattress on it. There is a good comforter. There is an air conditioner. There are no mosquitoes or any other problem. There is no noise, but the person cannot sleep. Why? Because he is worried that this dacoit is going to come and is going to loot me. Because the mind is not peaceful, he cannot enjoy the sleep on this most expensive bed. We know that when our mind is not peaceful, then we cannot enjoy the taste of the food which we are eating. And it is not only peaceful, it is somewhere else. That is what is told, that while eating, do not watch the television. You will never know what you have eaten. You will never have the taste. You will never enjoy the taste of the food which you eat. That is what it is. So, a ashant mind, a disturbed mind will not be able to enjoy the happiness which is coming through the sensual experiences. And to have a stable mind, what we need is yukta. What we need is joined, connected, either by intellect or by bhavna or by emotions or together both. It should be both connected. Let us take another example. If of our parents, when the child is young, the child has only one understanding about the parents. What is the understanding? This is the place where I can get my food, I can get my things, and I can insist that I want this and they will get it for me. That is the understanding about the parents in the mind of a child. He is connected only through the bhavana. My mother loves me so much because my mother feeds me such a nice food. He is connected through the bhavana. But when the same kid becomes older, he grows up, he has to understand the work which is done by the parents and develop a gratitude. Unless the son or daughter develops an intellectual gratitude, they will not respect the parents. They will not be yukta. They will not be connected with the parents when they grow old, when they grow young, bigger. That is why in today's society we see that the kids are not respecting their parents. In many cases, I'm not blaming the young generation, so please don't take it that way. But we see it everywhere, even in job also. Yeah, the whole word of gratitude is gone. Why it is gone? Because we are not yukta, we are not connected, we are not united with our intellect and with the bhavana. This is an example. We should develop. If we cannot develop both, at least develop one. Either connect it through the intellect or connect it through the emotion. With anything. Study of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita, same thing. We should be connected. Gita is my mother and I love it and I want to learn about it. Unless either intellectually understanding that Gita has got the messages which is good for me, I will not be connected with Gita. Let anybody come to me and tell me thousands and thousands of hours of lectures. I will not be listening to it. Why? Because I am not connected to it intellectually. Or alternatively, you connect it through bhavana. Gita is my mother. God has given this a good message for me. It is a very pious book. I don't understand what it is in. I don't have intellectual understanding of it. But I know that it is very pious book. So I will keep it on my head. I will pray it. And still I will be connected with Gita. So to get connected, either we need at least intellectual or we need the bhavana. If both are there, then it is great. And what we are trying here in our pravachans is to have both, to understand the Gita intellectually and by understanding it, develop a gratitude and bhavana towards it. So even our Gita study is also same way. It is exactly in the same thing. Now, what happens that there are merits and demerits. So if we are only intellectually connected, then what happens that it becomes a dryness. Only intellectual is a very dry way of looking at the thing. It makes a person very dry. That is why when we go in a very deep Tattvagyan of Gita, it becomes unfathomable. It becomes very dry. People feel that, oh, this is very, very complicated and I don't understand it. Because intellectual becomes very dry. Intellectually. Loving your partner. If somebody asks, why do you love your partner, your wife or husband? If we start intellectually, we will not be able to love that person. Because there will be always merits and demerits. There are always good and bad qualities in a person. To love a person, you should have a bhava. You cannot only intellectually love a person. So only intellectual is becoming a dry. While offering the flower to your wife, you must have a smile on your face. It should not be very professional, so-called intellectual professional, where it says that I am supposed to offer you the flower because you are my wife, take this flower. If we say like that, she will throw away the flower. So only intellectual doesn't work. Who is my mother? Mother is intellectually, if we understand, it is father's wife. If we say her as a father's wife, the whole concept of mother will be gone. So only intellectually understanding is not correct. Another part is only intellectual goes into more macro and micro level. Suppose there is a big picture of Mona Lisa. We know the picture of Mona Lisa, very famous picture by Leonardo da Vinci. He made a very famous painting. The name of the painting is Mona Lisa. If we want to intellectually see that picture, then we have to do lots of analysis in it. What is a color? What type of a color? What type of a paper? What type of a cloth? How much density? What type of chemicals are added? What is the chemical analysis? If we start doing that kind of analysis of that picture, we will not be able to enjoy the totality of the picture. So only intellectually looking at something will not give us a complete picture and give us satisfaction in the life. So only intellectual makes us dry. And similarly, only bhavna. Suppose we are only connected through the bhavna and there is no intellect. Then it lands into what is called as a blind faith, andhashraddha. If we do not understand the concept of prasad, which we have taken in the earlier shloka, and we just connect ourselves with the bhavna. We just only connect us with the bhavna. प्रसाद खाया सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. भगवान को प्रसाद धराओ, प्रसाद खाओ, सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. And if it doesn't have the intellectual bone behind it, it will collapse. It will become an andhashraddha. And that is why we need both to, as a human body, understand from that concept also. As a human body, we need bones to keep us standing. But we also need the flesh to keep us beautiful. If we are only bones, then we are a skeleton. It's not beautiful. It looks dangerous and dry. If we are only flesh, then it will not be able to stand itself and walk around. That is why we need both. It will be coming in the further sloka also. Buddha, bhava, samanvaya. Yeah, we need Buddha. We need intellect and bhav together. So, we only intellectually or only through the bhav, if we connect, then it will not be correct. Only connecting through the bhav is the parents. If parents connect only through the bhav to the children, they will spoil the children. Oh, my child, I will try to give everything to the child without any work. What will happen? The child will be spoiled. Having only bhava will not be sufficient. Yeah, girls falling in love with wrong people, wrong person. Why? Because she is blind. That is why we say, you are blind in love. Yeah, there is no intellect part there. Only bhava. So only bhava is also not good. Only intellect is also not good. We need both. Now, not being connected here, it is told that, oh, you connect through the intellect and you connect through your bhav, emotion. So what is the meaning of connection? Connections means what? Connections means here connecting not only through the senses. The point here is, when connecting means what? As a human being, for the outside world, we are connected. We are interacting. We are behaving. We are understanding. And all these things are happening through the senses. If our understanding of these experiences are coming only through the senses and not the bhava or the intellect or both, then the problem is happening. Then the person is not stable. The person is not in peace. Why does this happen? Because the senses are having a unending cycle. Simple example we take of eating. I always take example of eating. If I have got gulab jamun in front of me and my tongue says, keep eating, it is tasty, keep eating. But if I am connected with it, with either my intellect or my bhava or both, let us see what happens. If I am connected with the senses through the intellect also, then it will tell me that I have already eaten 3 or 4 gulab jamuns. I am having diabetes. I should not be eating so much of sugar. So I will stop eating, and it will not harm my body. Connecting to the bhava will be that when I am eating 4 gulab jamuns, I look at the bowl and there are only 5 left, and there are 3 more people of my family members who are still left to eat. What will happen? With the bhava, I will think that, oh, they have still not taken any gulab jamun. They should also be eating. So I will stop eating. Simple example on our dining table. So, using the senses and enjoying must be connected by the intellect or the bhava. If both are there, then it is great. I understand that I have got a diabetes, so I will eat only 2, even if there are 10 over there. And if there is a bhava, I will not eat more because other people also should be eating it. Everyday experience on our dining table is explaining this. Imagine, if I am only through the senses, I want to eat more, what will happen? The peace will be gone. There will not be any peace in life. It will make my body disturbed, and other people will not be able to eat. This is a very, very practical example at a very normal level in our life. Senses are connected with the purpose and result. So senses will always have a comparison, and they will never give you the satisfaction unless it is connected to the intellect. That is number 1. Yeah. So going further here, connected with intellect in Sankhya Yoga is through Atma Gyan. So how do we get connected? Through the understanding. What do we understand? We understand that who I am, that is why this is in Sankhya Yoga. How I am connected, who I am. If I understand that part, my intellect will be connected to the senses, and senses will be connected to the outside world. So my senses will not draw me, will not drag me, will not pull me through all that flood or flush which is coming from the sensual experience, because I have got a intellect connected to it. I have got a bhava connected to it. So when a person is connected to the intellect, he becomes a Sankhya guy. That is why in Sankhya Yoga it is there. A person who is connected with the bhava is melting oneself and surrendering self to someone. The mother is connected to the family with the bhava. That is why she gives all of her for the family. That is why she gives. Parents and children, patriots for the country, that is all from the bhava. It is not through intellect. They are connected to the bhava. If there are soldiers who are connected only through the intellect, they will not be able to perform. They will not be able to give their life for the country. There has to be a bhava. There has to be a feeling for the country. Patriotism. Similarly, in the society, Sant, what we call as Sant, saints. Saints are connected to the society with the bhava. That is why they see equality in everyone. Somebody does bad thing to a saint, he is still okay. He doesn't develop a bad feeling about the person. And same for the good people. The saint is equal, equanimity. So if we are connected with bhava, a person when becomes sant, parents, patriot. If we are connected with intellect, then it becomes a Sankhya. And if we are connected with both, then those kind of people are becoming Rushi. In our mind, the feeling, the understanding of Rushi means somebody who has got a big, white hairs on the head, big, hair bun, and big beard, white color. That is what is painted as a Rushi. Rushi doesn't mean only costume. Rushi means one who is ready to work intellectually for the society with the love towards society. So the person who is connected with both the intellect and love and the bhava, he becomes a Rushi. Whoever Rushi we see in the world, whoever Rushi we have seen in our scriptures, are all connected to the society through the bhava as well as through the intellect. And that is why they are continuously working for the society. And last thing is about the Shanti is, we say the Shanti mantra. Yeah, we say 3 times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times. Yeah. Physical, mental and emotional. 3 levels of peace. Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik and Adhyatmik. Spiritual in the material world, in the spiritual world. That is why we say 3 times Shanti. We are expecting that we have Shanti in all these 3 areas, and that will give us the peace. That is why in our peace mantra, the Shanti mantra, to become happy, we are asking in all 3 areas. So when we are telling that Shantasya Kuto Shukam, we have to have the Shanti in all 3 areas, and that is what we are asking to the God, to get the peace. There can be more detail, it can be gone, but we'll go further to the 67th shloka when we come next time. It is already 11 o'clock. Today we saw about the prasad in detail. Think about it and try to apply it in the life every day. When you are eating, think about it, why I am eating and why the prasad is offered. What is the technical quality behind it. It will definitely change the life of everyone. Today I will stop over here and we will meet again next Saturday at same time, 10 o'clock at Jai Durga Temple, and go further on 67th shloka of 2nd chapter of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. The weather outside is great, so I have, I hope everybody will enjoy, and we will see each other on next Saturday. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma,